Just this a little bit. All right, hello and welcome to G3 Studios. I am the host, that is co-hostless, Bald Mike, and we are back to our solo Saturdays play. I am continuing the Bones of Arnor campaign for Journeys in Middle-earth. This is part 4, so this can be a battle map, which I've already set the map. I just set up all the little tokens and stuff. So thank you for joining us. I hope you've been enjoying this campaign. I am. Adam, special guest co-host, Adam was with me last time we played a chapter of this, and we did some upgrading after we went off camera. So Gimli upgraded his food item to hobbit rations. He still has his battle axe, and now he has the twice wrought ringmail. Arwen now has a hunting knife. She still has her cloak and a leathern sling. So that's her ranged weapon. I know we did upgrade cards. Unfortunately, I don't remember exactly which ones we upgraded. So I'll have to, when I flip them off the deck or something or draw them, I will let you know. So let's get started on this one. Oh, I have to actually flip. This one is supposed to be the stone looking side. So let's set that like that. I'm going to mess the camera a little bit so we can see the tablet. There we go. All right, the Forsaken Inn is a stout, unforgiving stone building that rises suddenly out of the wilderness. Place battle map is indicated. That's done. The barred windows and thick oaken door are foreboding, though they are clearly intended to make the lone building as safe and secure from outside threats as possible. However, you know there's a very dire threat within those walls. It is up to you to end that threat. Place heroes is indicated. Each hero scouts 3. So we start way up here. That's pretty good. All right, so Gimli's going to scout first. Let's see. Restless Axe, Ready Defense, and Poet's Heart. Person token administration. That seems like a good one. Yeah, I'm going to take Poet's Heart. It's before you interact with a person token, gain 1 inspiration. And of course, you cannot pass. Or that's my starting skill. And I'm just going to put both these back on top since they are successes. Next, we'll do Arwen. So we got Willful, Ancient Wisdom, and Evanstar. I think I'm going to take Willful with her. So what that does is during your turn, you may discard the skill to interact with a token in your space, or I could discard it for strike 2. And we'll put Evanstar on top and Ancient Wisdom on the bottom. I think that's the way to go. We'll see what happens. Place the following terrain. 1 statue and 2 bushes. 2 bushes in the same spot? That strikes me as weird that it's 2 bushes in the same spot. But okay. So 2 bushes there. And then a statue, which will go there. Make a little cards here, so that'll be the card for the bushes, so we know what that does. And I believe there's one for the statue. So they do have abilities, which is a really neat feature in this game. So the statue is, you may interact with a statue to test strength 2. If you pass, apply 4 hits and sunder to an enemy in your space and discard the statue. So it's like knocking it over to hurt the enemy, knocking it onto him. And the bush is, after you end your turn in a space with a bush, you may test, test wit 2. If you pass, become hidden. Hello, and thanks for joining. Hope you're enjoying your day, and hopefully you'll enjoy the game. Place 4 walls. Now, I did actually just make some walls today from foam board, or not, I'm sorry, cork board. Let's see those, and I just kind of glued them together and primed them green. I traced the original token. So to add a little bit of 3D effect, we'll place these. As long as it's not going to block the miniatures too much, I want everybody to be able to see those. Now we get a bunch of stuff. Place the following: 3 tables and a fire pit. That's a wall. That's a fire pit. So table, and the table. You get up the card for the table and the fire pit. So the table, you may interact with the table to test agility. No, spirit. I'm sorry. Test spirit 1. If you pass, gain 1 inspiration and become emboldened. Interacting with the table does not provoke attacks. Well, so that's pretty good. And the fire pit. If you attack while in a space with a fire pit, you may discard a card with the leaf icon from the test to add pierce or smite. So that helps you get past enemies with armor. Place another statue and barrels down here in this corner. Let's turn that light a little bit. Testing. Brightest light. Glare. There you go. 1 statue. We've got another statue token. And the other statue is there next to the barrels in the same spot there. All right. The atmosphere of this place is like a cat stalking the outskirts of a crowd of people. Apprehensive and hesitant. You should be careful what you say. Uttering any of the information you learned from Hanara could alert the spy. Threat increases by 5. Each hero gains an inspiration. So if you remember from the last adventure that we did play, Hanara was a ranger that we helped in the forest, and we healed her, gave her some medicine from some herbs we had to go find. If the spy is of any skill, they will have a way of slipping in and out of the inn without attracting notice. They should also carry wounds from their encounter with Hanara. You must discover which guest at the inn meets both of these criteria before they grow too suspicious. But you are sure the enemy agent will try to lie about their injury. You'll have to use all your powers of deduction to capture them. Objective updated: discover which guest is the spy. A garden of herbs and hardy vegetables grows to one side of the yard. Placing search token is indicated. Okay, so that's back here. A hulking, muscular woman with a shaved head tends the bar. She keeps a sharp watch on the guests, guarding the back room from filchers. Place a person token is indicated. Sure. Hanara mentioned that she and the innkeeper were once close. If you tell the innkeeper that her eyes shine brighter than the stars above, she may be able to offer you further assistance. Behind the innkeeper, an ancient black cat lies on the windowsill. Place a search token is indicated. Okay. A lot going on this map. Several thin, dusty books are laid near a window. Place a search token is indicated. So it's next to the barrels. And there's a statue back there. All kinds of stuff going on back there. A tall, thin man smokes a long pipe in the corner. Place a person token as indicated. Here. Is this was a table? I think I forgot a token. A barred window looks out over the wilderness. Place a search token is indicated. It's in the same space. A diminutive, curly-haired hobbit lass huddles close to the fire, eating stew and drinking a tankard of ale. Place a person token is indicated. So this will be a female hobbit. A broad-shouldered dwarf in a blue cloak hunches over a table near the door. Place a person token. A lot of person tokens in this one. All right, we'll make this the hobbit. No, that could be the dwarf. There are several points of interest at the inn, and you might be able to find clues as to who the spy is by searching them. The bushes, statues, barrels, and fire pit do not function as normal. Unique terrain is marked by sparkle effect. Instead, any hero can interact with them to search for evidence. Oh, okay, so that's a little different. I need to see what this is again. Okay, so that's another table I missed. So there should be a table there. All right. Okay. All right, so now it's time to get down to some gameplay here. So there's no enemies on the table, but there's a ton of tokens on the board. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. Let's see, before you're first. Okay. So I think Gimli's going to go first. Since he's a dwarf, he's going to go talk to the dwarf that's only a space away, right beyond the walls here. So he's going to move one and go there. And then Poet's Heart says, before I interact with a person token, I gain an inspiration. So I'll do that. And we'll tap the token icon on the screen. A broad-shouldered dwarf in a blue cloak hunches over a table near the door. Let's see, there's a list of options here. Look at this scar, got it wrestling a bear. What brings you to the Forsaken Inn? What do you think of the other guests? Apprehend the spy or never mind? So we got to find out which of these people are the spy. I don't think just jumping out and saying he's the spy is a great first move. Let's see, what do you think of the other guests? Let's see what he says here. The room stands still, every ear listening. Test spirit. So my spirit is 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I did get 2 successes. And I think I'm going to let that go with just 2. I don't think I need to convert that 1 reflect I did get. Your prying must be putting the culprit, whoever they may be, ill at ease. Threat increased by 5. Well, that's bad. Maybe I should have. That hobbit lass, the dwarf nods the hobbit near the stew pot. Earlier today, I saw her talking to a... I'm sorry, I can't speak. Earlier today, I saw her... It does say talking a stroll. I'm assuming it's supposed to say taking a stroll. Out by the steep hills. Next thing I knew, she was tumbling right down the side of it. She ought to be more careful. Now she's eating fit to burst, and claims it's medicinal for her wounds. That's funny that there's a typo in the app. All right, so that wasn't very helpful, but I still have 1 movement point. I think I'm gonna go move him over here with this other search token and the other person, and that'll end his turn. And then this was a garden or something. I think Arwen's gonna go talk to the... Oh, she can't get to the barkeeper because she doesn't have... She has strike, she doesn't have sprint. All right, she's gonna go talk to the hobbit then, since she can get there easily. So she'll go 1, 2. Whoop. And we're just throwing the map around. There we go. And this is where Arwen is. A diminutive, curly-haired hobbit lass huddles close to the fire, eating stew and drinking a tankard of ale. Let's see. Well, the options are, how is the food here? Have you found travel dangerous? What do you think of the other guests? Apprehend the spy or never mind. I'm going to say, have you found travel dangerous? Not as much as everyone was worried about. I'm little. I can disappear easily from the wrong sorts of folks. Your casual small talk sounds natural. Threat decreases by 3. Okay, well, that was helpful. So that's the 2 actions for both of them. So let's end the action phase. Go to the shadow phase. Threat increases by 4. So something's going to happen. Your investigation in the tavern has shown you how reticent the guests can be. One of them must be a spy with a treacherous heart and lies on their lips, but it is difficult to discern the answer when everyone is so hostile to outsiders. Each hero suffers 3 fear. Spirit negates. Okay, so let's test Arwen first. You go 1, 2, 3. I'll spend the inspiration to cancel 2, and I'll take 1. So she gets this. Flip this face down. Okay. So she gets 1. Gimli with spirit is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He only blocked 1, so he's going to discard. You cannot pass to guard 3, and just cancel all of it. And then the rally phase. So now we can scout 2. All right, let's see. Oh, my weakness. So that's going to go on the bottom, and I will prep ready defense. All right, it's Arwen's turn to scout 2. All right, 1, 2. Wow, her weakness. That's why they both flip to weakness. So she's going to prep Honed Agility. And then I'm going to trigger Curiosity. After I prepare a skill with the leaf icon, I may discard the skill to gain 2 inspiration or become determined. So I'm going to use that to gain 2 inspiration since she doesn't have any. And that's discarded. All right. So we'll continue. All right, so the action phase. So Gimli's just going to start off by interacting with that token. Let me just click on what the table says really quick. The table to leap upon it. I don't think I need to leap on the table yet. We're not going to get that crazy. Let's interact with this search token, though. A barred window looks out over the wilderness. Search. When you turn back to the inn, you realize everyone's attention has passed over you. Threat decreases by 3. Discard the search token. Okay, making the threat go down is good. I'll take that. And then it goes away. So this is one big long space. So Gimli's going to scoot over to that person. And because of Poet's Heart, before I interact with a person token, I get an inspiration. So that caps him out at his 3 that he can hold. And we will interact with this token. A tall, thin man smokes a long pipe in the corner. So the options for this one are, do you have a spare pipe? Pardon me, could I interest you in a healing salve? What do you think of the other guests? Apprehend the spy, or never mind? How about do you have a spare pipe? Because dwarfs like to smoke. Not that we here G3 condone smoking. The man grumbles, but offers you a spare pipe. He blocks any attempt at conversation with the 2 of you until the 2 of you smoke in silence. At least the downtime will help deflect suspicions. Threat decreases by 3. Okay, so we're really getting threat lower here, which is good, but that's going to be Gimli's 2 actions. So Arwen's going to move here, and she's going to interact with the bartender token. The innkeeper, a hulking, muscular woman with shaved head, tends the bar. So the options for this one are, ale and stew, please. Can you tell me about your guest? Why build an inn way out here? Your eyes shine brighter than the stars. Or never mind. That's what Arnor told us to mention. So we'll say that. And here we go. That triggers a paragraph. The innkeeper flushes, but she recovers quickly. That line works better for ranger girls out under the sky. She shakes her head at some memory. How is Arnor? No, never mind. I don't want to know. Enough that she's alive and a friend of yours. You have full run of my inn while you are here, of course. Arnor meant enough to the innkeeper that she appears disposed to aid you, though obviously you are unable to tell her the full details of your visit. The innkeeper will now allow you to search the back room. Threat decreases by 3. Wow, got threat down to 2. That's great, because there are a lot of tokens and stuff to go through with this one. She does have a movement point left. So I think I'm going to come back to this little cornered off room with my last movement point, because there's the statue, the barrel, and another token. I think that's books, so I'll explore. So we'll end the action phase. Shadow phase. Threat increases by 4. So now we're only up to 6 out of 55. And now to the rally phase. All right, so far this is going pretty smoothly. So Gimli's going to do his scout too. Guarded Strike, I think that was the new one that I picked up after the last adventure. So a Guarded Strike is tactic, has the little leaf icon up in the corner there. Your other skills with Guard have Strike 1 on them. Before you strike, gain 1 inspiration, and it also has Guard 2 and Strike 1. So that's a really solid card. I'm going to prep that. And the other card I flipped over is Restless Axe, so that'll go on top because it is a success. So I do have Ready Defense also prepared. So because that has Strike, I'm sorry, because it has Guard 2 on it, it also gains Strike 1. So if we do get into a battle, Gimli could dish out some pain. Arwen's scouting too, and I forgot her ability to get rid of that face down fear. I will take Curiosity, which is her starting skill, back. All right. She's back there with all tokens. Gimli has nothing to do at the moment, so I think Arwen's activation is going to be the more important of the two. So she's going to interact with this token way over here. Oh, I have to continue, sorry. Which is down here on the map. And it's here on the... Several thin, dusty books laid near windows. Search. You thumb through the dog-eared volumes and find yourself drawn in by the lovingly detailed descriptions of smithing techniques. Lore increases by 1. Discard the search token. All right, nothing too crazy there. But gaining lore to help us upgrade our gear is good. All right, so that's our first action. Oh, I forgot about Willful. She only has 1 movement point used so far. Let's see what the barrel is. The inn is no short. The inn is not short on good beer. Enormous barrels are piled high against the wall. No, I don't think she wants to go beer. The statue is sparkling. Let's investigate that. A half-carved statue is next to an open book. Whoa, place the following terrain. 1 pit. Oops. Now there's a pit in my space. I don't know how you hide a pit. You find the statue is a clumsy likeness of an illustration in the book. More interestingly, scuff marks on the stone floor indicated that statues has frequently been moved back and forth. When you push the statue along those grooves, you discover a pit that leads to a tunnel with an extremely low ceiling. The spy must be using this to come and go from the inn as they please, but surely only a hobbit or dwarf could fit in such a cramped space. Now, I have played through this adventure before. Kenny Blaze and I have played through this one twice, I believe. And I know who the beef was the last time, but I would think they would switch it up. So there is a hobbit by the fire pit, and there's a dwarf by the table. So those are our 2 lead suspects at the moment. But Arwen interacted twice, and she's done. All right, so Gimli's going to move into the space with the innkeeper and the cat. And then he's going to interact there. All right, behind the innkeeper, an ancient black cat lies on the windowsill. Coo at the cat. The cat does not seem impressed by your attention. You'll have to try something else. Test wit. Oh boy, that's my least favorite skill. When you suffer, okay. So my wit is only 2. 1, 2. All right, so I got a 1. The cat stares impassively. What is Arwen's wit is only 2 also. So that was an action and an interact. I don't have any way to boost that skill. All right, so he's going to move to the space with campfire, and we'll be done. So the shadow deepens, the hope you endure. Start increases by 4, so we're only up to 10. And the rally phase. And I did it again. I keep forgetting to use Arwen's ability to get rid of that fear. Boo me for not remembering. Okay, so copy. All right, Gimli Scout. So we need something to get our wit up there. I'm going to prep honed agility, and I'll put restless defense on top. And we'll scout with Arwen. One, two. Ebon Star and Undying Might. I'm going to put Ebon Star on top, prep Undying Might, and then discard Curiosity to gain 2 inspiration. So 1 and 2. All right, so let's see if Arwen has any better luck with the cat. She's going to spend a movement point, then discard Willful. During your turn, you may discard the skill to interact with a token in your space. So she's going to interact with the cat. Keep going to continue off our scout. Coup at the cat. Arwen's going to test her wit, see if it's any better than Gimli's. Time of Need has 2 of the inspiration icons. So I flipped Ebon Star and Time of Need, so I'm going to spend 2 inspiration tokens to make a total of 3 successes. I don't know if making the cat happy is going to change anything, but let's find out. Confirm. The cat stands and stretches, bounding over to you for much deserved head scratches. It purrs happily, gaining inspiration, then discard the search token. So I guess it wasn't really worth it because I spent 2 and only gained 1. But it's another token off the board. And I still have an action left because I used Willful to interact with that particular token. And before I forget, I'm going to use her ability to discard that fear. So she has a movement point and an action left. Well, let's continue this. Let's tap on this table and see what it says. No, we don't want to leap on a table. So let's talk to the innkeeper again. Oops, I touched the table again. Can you tell me about your guests? Oh, you consider subtle ways to ask about the other guests. Test wit. Oh boy. All right. 1, 2. Okay, I got 2 successes. Gathered wisdom and healing poultice. So we'll put in 2 successes. Well, I guess that's enough because there's a paragraph. The guests, huh? The innkeeper's lack of subtlety catches the attention of everyone else in the inn. Well, they keep to themselves mostly, and I give them their privacy. They've all been here about a week now, and I'm appreciating the coin in the company. None of them complain when I lock everyone in for the night. Some guests hate that, but it's for their own good. No one comes or goes when the moon's high. I'm always willing to let a guest into the yard for a midnight pipe if they need it, but even then I keep a close watch just in case. Threat increases by 5. Well, that's not good. All right, so that's Arwen's turn. Well, I'm going to see if the Hobbit is the spy. This is Gimli's activation now. She's sitting there still drinking a tankard of ale, eating stew. So I'm going to apprehend the spy. If your guess is mistaken, you will not receive another try. Failing to guess at all, however, will be an equal disappointment. Are you ready to commit to your guess? I guess I will. I'll be a little disappointed, but I'm going for it. The guests loudly protest their innocence when you accost them, and the rest of the inn erupts in confusion. When you glance around, it seems the dwarf is missing. With a sinking feeling, you realize that they might have left to fetch reinforcements. Sure enough, a group of enemies arrives to eliminate all evidence of the enemy's agent, and the innkeeper and guests flee screaming. Discard all person tokens. All right, so all persons go away. And now we get a ruffian. Ruffians are here. Comes in way back here. And place 2 Goblin Scouts on the indicated space. Okay. 2 Goblin Scouts. Here, Gobby. That's on. Whoops. And I think I just threw one off the other side of the table. 2 Goblin Scouts. Hopefully we don't need that one. Oh, they get a banner. I think it's. Is it this one? This is the hard part, trying to see these little icons and these banners. I got it. Here, it's this one. Oops, it's upside down. Place 2 Goblin Scouts in the indicated space. Whoa, that's close. Hopefully that wasn't a Goblin Scout I threw because... But it's not. So now we get 2 up here. Thankfully, you can use some of your surroundings to your advantage. All terrain now works as normal. As your foes burst into the inn, they strew burning branches everywhere and turn their attention to eliminate you. You know that your only hope now is to douse the flames in case the spy had useful information hidden somewhere in the building. Place a threat token as indicated. These are fires. This part's new. I don't remember this. I'm going to have to ask Kenny Blaze about this one next time I talk to him. Oops. And threat tokens are also bad on the board for cranking up the threat against us. Objective updated, put out the fires. Okay. So that was Gimli's first action. I guess his second action is he's just going to move over here and deal with that threat token next turn, and then he will pass. Actually, maybe he can. What does the table do? You may interact with the table and test spirit if you pass Canaan's first turn fumble. Yeah, he's going to interact. Yeah, I'm going to interact with the table while he's over there. No, not leap on it. Oops. So he's going to interact with the table. He's going to test spirit, which is 4. Let's test spirit once. I only need 1 success, and there's 1 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he gains an inspiration and becomes emboldened, but the emboldened would go away at the end of the turn because there's not any nearby enemies. Oh, actually, I don't think you can take that. That was a waste. Oops. Should have checked my stat first. Okay. So we'll go to the shadow phase. All right. So these Goblin Scouts up close are going to move 2 to attack Arwen, which they cannot. No target. Starling, a Goblin stalks after you. Determined to draw blood. Moves 4 spaces close toward. 4 spaces toward the closest hero. Sorry, I can't talk today. Well, they wanted Arwen, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Continue. Now the ones with the banner, move 2 to attack Gimli, no target. Move 4 towards the closest hero. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So they'll get up there for next turn. And then the ruffian is going to move 2 to attack Arwen, no target. Move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Poor Arwen is in a little bit of trouble here. Threat increases by 9. And it's a rally phase. Okay. So I will rally and scout with Gimli first. Go 1, 2. Guard 3. I will get rid of Honed Agility to make room for You Cannot Pass, and I will put Ancient Wisdom on top. because I do have inspiration to burn. Arwen's rally and scouting. Yeah, Arwen is in some trouble there. So her scout 2 is willful and Evan Star. Before your testament, test spirit. I'm gonna put Evan Star on top and prep willful. It's a blank. It's getting out of the deck. It's not going to be real useful at the moment. All right. So I think I'm going to go with Gimli. I think. Yeah. And just move on the table. He's going to chop up some orcs. These ones, oops, continue. And let's see. Goblin Scouts have 3 health and 1 armor. Okay. So Gimli's going to swing. This is with his Winchester Gates. All right, so he's testing with his might for his axe. So that's my discard pile. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, my weakness. That's bad. Well, it's not terrible, yes. So I need a total of 8 to get rid of them. So that's a total of 3 successes. So I'm going to spend 2 inspiration to convert those 2 cards, and then I did flip 1 success. That'll give me a total of 3 successes, which will be 8 hits with Sunder. So we'll hit Sunder, and then apply 8 hits. Confirm. Remove 2 Goblin Scouts. You are a nearby hero. Gain an inspiration. Arwen doesn't really need it, so I think he'll just take it back since he spent 1. Discard that token. And then use Gimli's ability to put ready defense on top of his deck. And then he will interact with the fire token, or the threat token. Well, anything else here? Help. Continue. So let's see what these do here. The orcs have set the inn on fire and attempt to wipe out any useful information. Put out the fire. The stone walls are supported by dried timber beams and covered with a thatch roof. It'll take some work to put out the flames. Test, that's agility. Oh, that's Gimli's worst. If you would test mine instead. All right. When you're testing a key. So only 2. 1, 2. So I got 1 success. The fire continues to burn. Boo. Gimli's not a fireman. All right, so we'll go to Arwen. Let's take a look at these guys here. Okay, those scouts are the same stats as the last ones. The ruffian has 5 health. So Arwen will attack the Goblin Scouts with the hunting knife. And this will test her agility. So this is 1, 2, 3. So let's see. 5 hits, pierce and lethal. I got 2 successes. I'll spend 1 inspiration to make it a total of 3 successes. So that'll give me a total of 5 hits with pierce and lethal. So let's see. There's lethal. There's pierce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Right. Remove 2 Goblin Scouts. So you or a nearby hero gain inspiration. Get rid of them. And the hunting knife says after I defeat an enemy group, gain 1 additional inspiration. So I'm going to gain 2 for that. So that'll put her back up to 4. She can hold 6, I believe. Oh, 5. I'm sorry, 5. That's her discard pile. I guess she'll take a swing at the ruffian. Yeah, let me do that. Let me swing at the ruffian with her. He's got 5 health. She's going to go with... He's got 5. Yeah, she's going to go with the leather and sling on this one. Testing her agility. 1, 2, 3. I got my weakness. I'll discard Honed Agility to add a success. I did flip 1 success and 1 leap symbol, so I'll spend an inspiration to convert it. So that gives me 3 successes, which is enough for 5 hits with stun, which I don't even need stun because it should wipe him out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Confirm. Remove 1 ruffian, gain inspiration. She's going to give that one to Gimli because it can be a nearby hero, and they're only 1 space away here, so that's considered nearby. Then she's going to use her ability. During your turn, you may discard this skill to interact with a token in your space. So she's going to interact with the fire token. Enlarge this a little bit. Put out the fire. Cast agility. 1, 2, 3. She'll discard 2 inspiration tokens to make it a total of 3 successes. Let's see what happens with 3. 1 was not enough. With deft movements, you are able to stamp out the flames from this area of the inn. Discard the threat token. Go, Arwen. All right, and that's her turn. So we're going to end the action phase. All the enemies are off the board at least. Excuse the noisy chair. Shadow phase. Threat increases by 8. That's a lot. So up to 32. The enemies are ferocious and the fire is raging out of control. Your hopes begin to wane. Each hero discards 1 boon. We don't have any, so that's okay. And the rally phase. All right, we got to get Arwen to get these fires out because Gimli's agility is terrible. Unless 2 is enough to do it, I'm not sure. That could be an option. So she's going to scout 2. Ebon, Light, and Curiosity. For you to don't burn your deck. I'll prep Curiosity. We'll put Ebon Light on top because I do have 1 inspiration left. I'll go with Gimli. We don't want to burn the place down. Restless Axe and Unyielding Spirit. I will put that on top. I'm going to ready Restless Axe, and I'm going to get rid of Poet's Heart. So I give my 4 skills. Continue. All right. Mr. Gimli, can you get rid of that token? So Gimli's going to try again. He's still testing agility, so he only gets 2. 2. But he flipped Time of Need, which has 2 inspiration tokens on it, and Unyielding Spirit. So he's going to discard all 3. So we know 3 is enough. I don't know if 2 is. And discard this token. All right, that's 2 down. So that's his first action. His second action is he's going to move 2, because there's another token out here behind the wall. So he's going to come outside on the map that's there. The stuff back here is still sparkling. Oh, the bushes are still sparkling too. Do you care? Oh, they don't say anything special, so I guess we don't care. All right, so that's Gimli's turn. Arwen's turn. She's going to move 1, 2, and try to put out this fire right here. Still testing agility, so it's good they're not changing what the test is. 1, 2, 3. Well, this time we're going to have to find out if 2 is enough. So 1, 2. Yep, so 2 apparently is enough to put out the fires. So we got rid of that one. And that's her 2 actions. So that's her discard pile now. I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. It's Shadow Phase. We should hit an event here. Threat increased by 6. Yep. Place 2 Goblin Scouts. These guys are back here. Mr. Ruffian's back over here. And Goblin Scouts with the banner are in Gimli spot. We're just going to give them the same banner. I don't think it matters. It doesn't look like it's an elite banner. Oh, home agility's through there. More reinforcements arrive to bolster the enemy's defenses. Now it's the rally phase. All right, so let's rally and scout with Gimli. Because he is going to have to punch some orcs. Scout 2. Time of need is definitely getting prepped. And we will. I'm not sure which one we get rid of. We'll get rid of You Cannot Pass. Okay, Arwen's going to rally and scout. And hello and thank you to those that are watching. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the game. I don't think I messed anything up rules-wise. I know I forgot Arwen's ability early on with that one fear, but we got rid of it. Time of Need and Unyielding Spirit. So Time of Need is going to get ready, and we will discard Curiosity to get 2 Inspiration. All right, so we'll continue. And it's the action phase. So we're going to start off with, Arwen does have a ranged weapon, so she can throw at the orcs, or goblins, sorry. Oh, is that only a lone? So that isn't, oh, so that's a large elite one. So it's only supposed to be 1, not 2. This is supposed to be a group. That's a group, okay. Almost made it harder on myself than I need to be. Oh, I know I do. Gimli's going to activate first. I'm going to discard Restless Axe. At the start of your turn, you may discard the skill to attack and add 2 hits. So I'm adding 2 hits. I'm going to hit this goblin, this one here with the banner. He's got 5 health and 1 armor, so a total of 6. So Gimli's might is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The one time I didn't want to see a success. No. So I'm adding 2 hits, so I can do 4 hits with Sunder. And I'll discard Guarded Strike for a total of 5 hits with Sunder. That should be just enough. Fine. Confirm. And then I can put, you know what? I'm going to put Hold Agility back on top. And Gimli will gain an inspiration for doing that. And that was not an action because that was Restless Axe. So then he's going to, he has an inspiration. He's going to interact with that fire token in his spot. Let me try to enlarge that a little bit. I'm going to put out the fire. My agility is only 2. 1, 2. So I'll discard Time of Need to make that 2 successes. Discard the token. All right, so that's his first action. I wish he had throwing axes to take out those other orcs over there, so Arnor can just go put out the fire. All right, he's gonna go tie up that ruffian so it doesn't bother Arwen. So 1, 2. So he's in the same space back here with the ruffian. So that's his turn. Arwen's gonna go. She's gonna go 1, 2 into that space for the last token, and then she's gonna swing at these orcs, goblin scouts. I'm sorry, I keep calling them orcs. She will use her hunting knife, which tests her agility, which is 3. 1, 2, 3. I only flipped 2 leaf icons. I didn't get any successes, so I'll discard Time of Need to make that 2 successes. So 2 successes will only, I'll do 3 hits with Pierce. Let me see what that does. We'll do Pierce. 1, 2, 3. Right. Actually, quite smart. I would have stayed back when I used the ranged weapon. So that gets rid of one of them, and then it can attack back. Let's see. A goblin grabs you and pulls you close. The stink of its breath is overpowering. Spirit negates 1 wound and 1 fear. So she has 3 spirit. 1, 2, 3. I flip two Evan stars for success and clever wit. So I'll discard the inspiration to make that. Oh, I only got a block 2. I'm sorry. I don't even have to do that. Block the 2, no problem. Confirm. And that's Arwen's turn. So we will go to the shadow phase. This is Ruffian move to attack. Okay, so he's with Gimli, so he's going to attack Gimli. An assailant jabs a nasty looking sword at you. Might negates 2 wounds. So Gimli's might is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I test to negate wounds or fear, I added success, and I flipped 1 success, so that blocks both. So no damage to Gimli. Threat increases by 5. We're up to 43 and 55, so we have a couple of turns left. But now it's the rally phase, so let's rally with Gimli. This is the action back here. Last couple turns, we can get that fire out and save the inn. Gimli scouting 2, guarded strike, and my weakness. That's definitely going on the bottom, so guarded strike will go into my prep. And Arwen. Oh, I really need something with sprint for Gimli, actually. That would be perfect because he can get rid of that ruffian and then sprint over to interact. Evan Star and Clever Wit. Before you test your main, test spirit. Oh, there's a card with sprint. We will prep Evan Star. We'll put Clever Wit on top. All right, continue. Gimli. It's not going to help him a whole bunch. I should have moved them all to the same space, because then he could have cleaned up the bad guys and she could have interacted with the tokens. All right, so Arwen's got to go, and she's got to get rid of that orc. Goblin Scout, sorry. All right, so she will attack. 3 hits and stun. We'll attack with a hunting knife. This is agility, so it's 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, so we'll add. Actually, I don't think I need to add anything because 1 is 3 hits with Pierce. And I do have Evan Star's success, so 3 hits with Pierce should get rid of it. Pierce. And then 1, 2, 3. Yep, it's dead. And the hunting knife says I gain an additional inspiration, so I'll gain 2 for that. So that's her first action. And then her second action is she'll interact with the token to put out fire. And again, her agility is 3. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Well, that's no good. I only got 1 inspiration icon, my weakness, and willful, which is nothing. Wow. I don't know if anything bad will happen, so I'll make it 1, even though I know it's not enough. Okay. Boo Arwen. You're supposed to take care of that for us. All right, Gimli. Chop up a ruffian. All right, so Gimli's going to swing his axe at the ruffian with his might, which is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 2 successes and a leaf icon and a blank, so I will make that 3 total successes. And that's enough for. Actually, I don't even know if I need to do that. Let me look at that. Yeah, he only has 5 health. I don't need to do that. 6 hits. 2 successes equals 6 hits with the battle axe. So we'll apply all 6, confirm. And that's a mushed ruffian and inspiration for Gimli. So now he's got 2. And I will put Restless Axe back on top of my deck using my ability. And then I will just move over here with that one. And confirm. So the shadow phase threat increases by 5. So it's up to 48-55. So we have, if nothing during the turn cranks up the threat, we have 2 turns. So let's scout with Arwen, because I think she's the one that's going to save us here. Because she has a better agility stat than Gimli. Gimli only has 2. She has 3. And believe it or not, that 1 is a big difference. Because we know we need 2 successes to get rid of the tokens. 1, 2. At the end of the turn, your discard skill for you. I'll put Evenstar top of my deck and healing Poultice into the prep. Gimli's going to rally. And I know the enemies seem really easy to take out. I'm kind of surprised by that. There wasn't anything really tough in this adventure so far. And I am playing on the normal mode. I'm not playing on the easy mode because the easy mode gives you an inspiration at the end of every turn, which makes things super easy. So Gimli Scout Q is kinship, and you cannot pass. According to her chest, so it's got to skill for that. I'm going to go with kinship, and I will put you cannot pass on the bottom. All right, Arwen's going to, let's hit continue. Let's do this right. It's the action phase. Arwen's going to interact with this token. And Gimli is going to use kinship. It's an aid card. Before a nearby hero test, you may discard the skill for that hero to reveal 2 additional cards. If they are a dwarf, you may scout 1. So it's not a dwarf, but 2 additional cards just to make sure we get rid of this fire token. So put out the fire. Test agility. So her agility is 3. Thanks to Gimli, she's going to flip 5 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All of that and only 1 success. So we know we got to spend 2 inspiration to convert 2 of those. So that'll be a total of 3. Discard this token. All right, so that's the last fire token. That's the end of all that. That's discard. After putting out the fires, you survey the wreckage of the inn. The spy has escaped with the orcs, but you find several documents in the room that detail their involvement with someone named a Terran. Could he be the man from the south Hanero was investigating? The spy has been seeking rumors of relics of power to pass along to Terran's minions. It appears Terran's orcs are already traveling to the ruined city of Fornost, where something called the Silent Scepter is hidden. The heroes win. You have identified a tyrant and the ultimate foe. You will need to travel to Fornost and hopefully stop whatever plan he has for the Silent Scepter. Lore increases by 1. Each hero receives 4 experience. Whew! Well, we did it. We put out the fires. We saved the inn. I think that's the first time we've won this particular scenario. I know Kenny Blaze and I burned it down at least once. I believe we did both times, actually, but I know for sure once. You'll have to watch it back and let us know. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun to play. The combat was a little easier than normal, I think, in my experience with this game. But hopefully you still enjoyed it. Gimli likes chopping up bad guys, and with Arwen's abilities, it's really hard to keep wounds or fear on them. So as usual, I'll upgrade off camera, and then when we come back next week, I'll show all the upgrades and see what happened. All right, guys, thank you for watching. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on gaming.